For this week's tip, I'm going to give you some left-hand simple patterns to use for a 4/4 timing, and then we'll show you how you can tweak them to work for 3/4. The first one is a pretty popular pattern, and I'm sure if you know anything about hymn playing, you're familiar with this pattern, you've heard it before, you've listened to someone play it, but it is called an octave chord pattern. So I'm on There Is Power in the Blood. This is a great hymn to kind of use some examples for. And an octave chord pattern, in essence, on our strong beats, which would be beat 1 and beat 3 and 4/4, we're going to be playing an octave. And then on the weak beats, we're going to be coming up and beat 2 and beat 4, playing a chord that matches whatever chord you're analyzing. So in the first full measure of There Is Power in the Blood, we are in the key of B flat, and there is a B flat chord there for that first full measure. So beat 1, I'll play an octave, chord, and then 3 will be an octave, chord. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, here's a great way to make this a little bit more exciting, is by inverting that bass. So if I have a B flat chord, I have 3 chord tones available for me that I can play as an octave. So instead of me always playing the B flat in the bass, I can go to the D, or I can go to the F. Now, if I were to add that in to a simple right hand, now what I'm going to do when my chord comes up, I'm going to allow my right hand to kind of move out of the way so my left hand can play that chord. Now let's try another version of it where we go to the D. And notice simple in my right hand on the strong beats, I'm playing a full chord, single note on the weak beats, chord on the strong beat. Now, with that in mind, I can also go up. If you're more advanced, we can play a 4-note chord, which is playing the melody as an octave, filling in the chord here. Here's another great left-hand pattern, and you don't want to do this for an extended period, but it's a great way to kind of get yourself walking on the piano. I like to call it a marching pattern, where we start on the name of the chord, and we march down in 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you noticed when I got to the E flat chord, I had to march down a little bit faster to get to my next chord. If we're on I Am Resolved, and so you notice how we can kind of use that pattern. Now we can go faster with it as 8th notes. And that's just a little bit more of a faster way to play. We can mix and match styles. So I can do something like this. So I did my walking down and then octave chording, because that walking down led me to that E flat chord. Here's another great way to do some left-hand patterns, and it would be outlining your chord. So if I have a B flat chord and I outline it in 1 octave outline, those are the chord tones I will play. Now, if I have 4 beats, that's great. Watch what happens. Now, I might not always have 4 beats to make that outline happen. So what do we do when we can't do the 4 beats? Well, we're going to work to the next chord. So watch what happens here. Now, I don't have 4 beats here, but I'm going to work my way to the next chord, which is B flat. So I played the E flat chord tone and led myself to a B flat chord. Watch it again. And do some faster walking between. Now, if I mix all 3 of those, so if I mix the octave chording, if I mix the marching pattern going down, and if I mix the outlining, now I have a really creative left hand. So let's try it. Let's see what happens when we use all 3 patterns. those 3 patterns, now I can create a nice solid left hand. And when I'm looking to figure out which one I want to throw in, I'm really watching to see where my chords are and where my bass is moving to. So now you have some solid patterns to use with your left hand in 4/4. Now, if we take that same idea and we take it to 3/4, we can still use the octave chord pattern, but instead of being octave, chord, we don't have 4 beats. We're gonna do more of a waltz style. Octave, chord, octave, chord. So if I was in Grace Greater Than Our Sins, I can do that octave, chord. Now, same idea, I can walk and outline the chords. So let's watch what happens when I do that. Now I can even walk down using that marching pattern. And right there I used a fast outline to get there. So hopefully these left-hand patterns help you as you're seeking to advance your hymn playing skills and add some new techniques to your left hand.
If you're looking for more hymn playing tips or how to better your skills as a church pianist, head on over to our YouTube channel and subscribe to that. You'll find several tip videos to help you. You can also go to our website and subscribe to our online seminars. We hold monthly seminars dealing with hymn playing, church pianist roles, piano teacher ideas. Register for our upcoming seminar this Thursday, June 2nd at 7 p.m. We would love to have you there.